you care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones, though I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul, no, no.
Do a little chatting.
Yep.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably. Everyone.
We're going to piss a lot of people off. But I think we're going to also make a lot of people happy because we're going to say what they
everybody's
want to
thinking,
say,
I
what they're
feel.
thinking. We're going to say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out.
Out.
I'm just kidding.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
Hey guys, we're excited to announce that we're partnering up with Tasty Gains. They have pre-workout and creatine gummies, which makes it super convenient to get it in a tasty, easy dose. So they are going to be coming out with a woman's line. So stay tuned for that and check them out at tastygains.com.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered and Unfazed podcast. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about today's topic.
I'm not, because let's just jump right into it.
Like we can just jump straight in. Yeah.
We're jumping in. We're jumping in full send. And, you know,
Yeah.
you may agree, you may disagree.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that agree.
I know so many people that agree.
They
but they're afraid to agree.
Some are, some
Publicly.
aren't. Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about how Onlyfans, which we view as virtual prostitution, is affecting society, families, men, women,
Right.
young women, young men.
Specifically young women.
Yeah.
So, I guess this is our OnlyFans episode.
This is our OnlyFans episode.
Yeah. So a cheer if you want. Turn off the TV if you're gonna have a problem with this.
Yeah. Seriously, because you know, it can be a hot topic.
Yeah.
And it can be a touchy subject. I don't really
100%.
know why, because everybody can have their opinion.
Exactly. If you do any of these things and you're my friends, which I do have some that do, I'm not going to love you any less.
too, that I don't even know
Exactly.
about. But as far as I know, they don't.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to love you any less. It's just that there are lots of things that come with it.
Lots of layers that people need to know about.
That people need to know about. And I feel like it's really important. I mean, so many. Let me pull up.
Well,
all my
OnlyFans
notes.
has become glorified.
It's been
and
very
porn
glorified.
has always been around. We
Yeah.
know that. Nobody's getting rid of it. We never said that.
100%.
But when OnlyFans came around, it turned into a glorification like no other. The fact that people are talking about making millions, making thousands and thousands of dollars every
Right.
month. I know you had a good statistic on that.
Oh yeah, no, actually that's a lie. Just straight up, that's like a lie. So I actually have all the numbers, which is kind of crazy because I knew some of this, like just based on like hearsay, like what my friends are saying or like what I've seen on the internet. You know, stuff like that. So for specifically the amount of money, so sorry, it makes me really upset every time I see it. Okay, so let's start. 80% of creators earn less than $100 a month. 80%.
Absolutely. 80% doesn't surprise me at all that they're making less than $100 a month.
A month.
And they're putting a lot on the line for that $100 a month, hoping that they'll make it big, like these celebrities or famous people or people that were already a known name or already a model or already somebody like a big person out there.
Right.
Like we're talking about average everyday people. 80% of them are making less than $100 on OnlyFans.
Right. And then to get even more specific, the top 10% are only making between 1 to 10 grand a month.
That's 10%.
10%. But the only reason that number is so high, the top 5% are only earning 1 to 2,000 a month. The top 5%. So the only reason that top 10% is included is because it also includes the top 1%, which is 16,000 creators total earning $50K a year. Okay. Only 300 creators out of all 4.1 million. So there are 4.1 million creators, like content creators. I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm talking about creators. Out of 4.1 million, only 300, which is 0.01%, make upwards of $100,000 a month.
So,
and it averages for $83K a month.
Okay, so let's break that down. These young girls that think they're going to jump on OnlyFans to make that bag, as they say, make your bag, girl, make your money, are going to be putting their entire moral compass on the line.
Yeah.
To make
$100 a month.
$100 a month.
$100 a month.
These people that are making the big money are already famous.
Yeah.
Okay. So keep that in mind. So when they're glorifying this, and we have, I don't even want to say their names because I don't want to give them any recognition.
No, but we know if you're on the internet, you unconsensually
you see it, because that's what I'm saying. Now it's so glorified, World Star, all these different sites are posting about somebody who thinks that getting to 100 guys in one day, 1,000 guys in one day. Pretty soon, what are they going to say? I want 5,000 guys in one day. Here's the thing, you guys. The damage that's being done to these girls is insane. And whether it's consensual or they want to do it or they think it's cool, we're talking like not being able to have children. Yeah. We're talking like prolapse. Y'all think that's so cool and funny, and people look up prolapse porn. Like, sorry for you. These women are now going to have disfigurement and not only mental damage, but physical damage for the rest of their lives.
Physical damage for the rest of your lives. Like I saw this one creator. I'm obviously not going to name the name, but Google it. And somebody was confronting her about an idea that she has, and I'm not even going to say the specific idea because it's actually horrendous, but her excuse
Go for it. Let's hear it. Let's hear the idea. I don't want to hear her.
She is a petting zoo for any man that wants to come and do anything to her.
Like, how are we in a society where that's a goal and that's a flex, you guys?
It's not. Like, she said this was her excuse to it. She said, well, other women don't want this to happen to them, so why not it happen to me?
And that's
what she said.
Damage. You have trauma in your life.
Something is wrong with that.
Something happened to you because nobody thinks like that.
Yeah. And what's not going to happen? It's not like men are not going to go. These sick men that are falling for these things that are already a part of this giant problem.
Pause. No, buddy, he's upstairs.
I'm like, pause. Crazy. Don't say it. I'm like, wait, what?
Edit that out. Okay.
The child. No, like all of these people, like what this is going to do, it's like, oh, no, so girls really are into this. They're just not telling us. Like, girls really do like this. They're just afraid to say it. Or like,
this is going to get me to be the big time. Right, this is going to get me to be the $1 million maker.
Right,
this is going to get me to be noticed and recognized. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean the opposite. Like, what it's perpetuating in like the thought process of these men that will already do these things.
Yeah.
Like, it's just making them think that like, oh, women really are into this, aren't they? They're just not telling us. She's the only one that's being real about what women are actually into. Right. No, that's not.
Which I'm expecting people to say, we're just haters. And
yeah, absolutely.
Why, because we couldn't do it and we don't do it. And oh my gosh, you guys show cleavage. Like, we're not talking about women being sexy, women wanting to have any kind of sexuality, which they should be able to an extent.
Yeah, time and place.
There is an extent.
Yeah.
So don't tell me, oh, well, who are you to say there's an extent? There's an extent.
Right. Like, I personally, this is my opinion.
I know, crazy. You're allowed to have one.
I don't think, I personally don't even believe that you should be dressing immodestly anywhere that there are children involved. Like, if you're going to a water park, you shouldn't be wearing a thong bikini.
And not just a thong. They're wearing floss. They're
No,
wearing
literally, like,
strings.
less than that. Like,
it's like, is that
it's not
entirely
okay to
necessary?
bring here. It's like, well, children should. No, that's not normal.
But it's freedom, right? You can do what you want. Then tell your kids not to go. Tell your kids not to look. I can do what I want. And that's where the
then
problem
where are we
is.
supposed to take kids?
is
Where are
you can
kids
do what
supposed to
you
have
want.
experiences and grow up and learn and be protected from all this weird fucking sexual, like, sex cells, do this, do that. Like, all, like, fucking Sydney Sweeney is making bath soap, body water, bath soap now. Like, you can't even nowhere. Like,
That's like the
nowhere
girls
is
that
safe.
sell their farts in a jar.
No, actually, and I'm like, she's a successful, beautiful, intelligent, strong, smart woman, and yet
It's not good enough.
It's not
that's
good
what
enough.
That's what they're teaching these young girls is it's not good enough to be smart, strong, successful, build your way up on a corporate ladder, whether it be owning your own business, building yourself up in another business. Like, that's not good enough. You need to eat your shit, sell your farts, sell your bath water, and whatever else the fuck they're selling their underwear
right
that they wore
because
all day.
you're not enough if you're not a sexual object.
But also,
That's crazy.
also, the men are buying it.
Yeah. Well, funny. Okay. So
Funny I mentioned that.
funny you mentioned that because so creators versus subscribers, specifically OF, because that's really
And is
what
this
this
statistic
is.
men or all subscribers?
I'll get to the specifics.
Okay.
So
love to hear it. And also, can I just interject real quick?
Yeah.
When we bring up statistics, we can only go off of what we find out there.
Right.
Okay. We're not saying that it's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But statistics exist. And that's what we can go off of.
Right.
So I don't want to hear, oh, no, that number's not right. Show
Right.
me your statistic and show me, and please cite your source
Yeah,
where you got
actual.
it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. So 4.1 million creators
Okay.
versus 305 million registered users, which means there's approximately one creator per 74 users. Okay.
Okay.
That's important. The age and genders of these creators.
Okay.
70 to 84% of creators are women, 29% are men, 1% non-binary or don't identify as anything. Okay. The average creator age is 29, but that's the average. So keep in mind, average is when you take,
Out of millions of people,
yes, you take
which is a low number.
the lowest number and the highest number, you add them together and divide by 2. That's how you get an average.
Right.
So
We're in agreement
Okay.
there.
58% are women aged 18 to 24.
So over half.
Over half
Okay.
are women whose frontal lobes have not even developed yet.
Right.
Okay.
Probably their insides haven't fully developed yet either and are getting
Correct.
destroyed.
100%.
Yes, awesome.
Subscribers, most are male. 77% are aged 35 to 44.
Okay. That sounds right.
So we have, first of all, a 10-year age gap
uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
of who you're performing for.
Right.
So it's weird for a 35-year-old man to date an 18-year-old girl,
Right.
but it's not weird for that same 35-year-old man to be buying content from these girls.
Yeah. No,
That's
I literally
fucking
saw
weird.
a reel that was talking about that. That was like, you're doing the same thing, if not worse.
Right.
And you like that they look younger.
And that's why 58%, I just had to go back and look just to make sure, are 18 to 24-year-old women. 58%. Like, these are babies.
Do you know what the requirements are to verify your age?
I'm pretty sure just like an ID. I
Like
would
anything
hope.
else? Okay.
I've
I'm
never
just curious
gotten verified.
because
on OF.
Pornhub was put, not just because of the bank thing that we talked about, the credit card companies that didn't want to endorse it anymore or like accept that payment, that type of payment. But they had underage people that were verified as of age but there was underage girls. And like I said again, but when we say underage, it's people that are 16, 17, barely turning 18 that look like maybe they could, hey, maybe they're 19.
Some of them, yeah, maybe.
But they could be 16 years old.
Right.
And, you know, I'm pretty sure some of these men out there have daughters.
Yeah.
That,
I know for a fact. I know for a fact that stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
I don't even have OF, and I've been propositioned by someone's dad before. So.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
And here's the thing is this is not an anti-man
no,
thing by any
no.
means. In fact, this is supply and demand. The women are supplying this and the men are buying it.
Purchasing it.
You know, it's supply and demand. If there was no
100%.
It goes both ways. If there was no supply, there'd be no demand. If there was no demand, there'd be no supply. So it's not a man or woman problem.
No, it's an addiction
a society
problem.
It's an addiction
problem.
Yes.
So one of the number one, what is it like? It's like such a high percentage. I know it's in the 80s. I'm not going to specifically quote because I don't know, but gambling addiction is tied in with porn addiction.
And gambling's huge.
It's like 80% of men. 80% of men struggle with gambling addiction. It's like 80 something percent. You know, look it up yourselves. You can actually use your hands and like actually go on the internet and actually like find information.
Right. You don't need us to do it and then yell at us.
Because I'm just giving a very general.
Right.
But like about 80% of men struggle with gambling addiction, and this is like exacerbating it because it's like you're gonna spend your money. They have this thing where it's like they like to do something they know they're not supposed to be doing. So when we normalize A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's okay for me to do these things now. So now I'm going to try to find something more extreme.
Oh yeah.
And that's like a thing that keeps happening.
And that's something we can say is that, like we said, porn's been around forever.
Right.
Porn's not going anywhere, but it has progressively gotten more disturbing and sick and fucking outlandish.
It's because who's going to do the next big thing?
Right.
Who's going to be the next gaping hole?
Right. Exactly. And the problem is that men that have porn addictions, even men that just say, no, it's not an addiction, it's a casual thing, this and that, that's still an addiction, just so you know.
Yeah.
Psychologically, that has been proven and studies have been done. It actually increases the serotonin and the like you said, the frontal lobe, everything, all those good feelings get released. And you actually crave that feeling that you can't get anywhere else. There's also something called, I think it's called, I have to look it up. I thought I had all my facts, but you know, we keep it raw, like we always say.
No, for real.
Speaking of raw. But it's like called like porn-induced orgasm or something like that. Are we allowed to say all this? I mean, we've probably been. I'm surprised we even have videos still up.
No, actually, that ass.
But it's real. Like,
yeah, it's real.
I don't want to like look it up because I don't want this shit on my phone. But it's a real thing where you actually require porn. And I know you said we won't get into specifics or names, but I've known.
Yeah.
And you've known
people
that need
addicted.
it, and it's not the person's fault that they're with, but they need that. And there's men that will have a beautiful wife, and instead of making love, you know, to her, goes in the next room and watches porn and gets off that way.
Right, exactly.
So you're gonna tell me that's not a problem? That's affecting marriages,
right?
That's affecting families. It affects your children. You may not think it does.
Yeah.
But it does.
Oh, firsthand it does. My mom, I mean, she never did OF, but like,
well, OF wasn't around. She probably
would have.
Yeah. Because that makes it very easy.
Yeah, exactly.
All I have to do is get with an agency and sign up and start creating. That's all I have to do. It's very simple.
I don't have statistics on this, but a lot of these agencies are just
nasty.
They're not nasty. That's not the word. They're actually literally glorified pimps.
Right.
You're pimping out someone. You're doing sex trafficking is what you're doing.
And that's what I mean by nasty.
Yeah.
Is like you're doing nasty work.
Yeah.
Like you're 100% a glorified pimp.
100%.
You're just not out in the street.
You are virtually sex trafficking young girls. That is what you are doing. There is no other way around it.
Let's get into the Bop House.
Oh my God. So I can't even like, the only reason that I know about the Bop House is because there's this one specific creator who has a podcast. And the reason that I don't hate on her as much as I hate on other people, is because she actually gives facts of what it's actually like.
She talks about the dark side.
She talks about the dark side.
Yeah, she talks about the realities
the
of it.
reality, the horrendous shit that's happening, the stalkers, the crazy shit. And actually, like, publicly right now, like, I saw something that is going on. Every single thing that I've learned about the Bob House, by the way, has been unconsensual.
And horrifying.
And you can't get away from it.
We just saw a video on the girl, like I said. So she's not a 5-year-old, but she's 17, and she's at the Bop House being prepped and ready to go, but she's still there making videos, dancing around. So you guys are looking at, I'm not saying all you guys, because I think a lot of our viewers probably aren't.
Yeah, I don't think our viewers do that. But this is something that's happening. And
but
it's
they're
important.
watching a 17-year-old girl dance around.
Yeah, and very
already
provocatively.
thinking about, like, ooh, she's gonna make videos soon. She's gonna start creating soon. So they're looking at her in a sexual nature. There's something about that
girl in specific.
Oh Lord,
you're gonna hate this.
What?
That girl is very damaged and very broken. Ever since she ever since she was 7 years old, her mom has been selling her used underwear online to grown men. Ever since she was 7 years old.
And
so this is what happened.
It's
like,
it
literally,
industry.
she doesn't have a choice but to, because she already has this giant, huge following of men that are waiting for her to be legal, quote unquote. But she's been doing this since she was 7 years old.
Her mom should be jailed.
Her mom should be jailed.
That is, you be put away.
100%. 100%.
Investigated for child endangerment and sex trafficking.
There's an entire documentary on it. On Hulu.
And look at where she ended up. Now she's at the Bop House. Right. And now these girls that are indoctrinating her, that are already deep into the demonic shit.
And those two girls are the main two. Like, one of them, one of the main two that's indoctrinating her is literally the top creator. She's the one that makes $6 million a month.
So imagine that. Imagine you're
maybe Bad
15,
Baby, but
16-year-old girl, and you're on Instagram and you see World Star and you see all these fucking girls sitting there talking about how they make all this money.
Right.
Who's the broad that's like monotone, blonde hair, always does interviews that are like supposed to be like funny? Oh, she sits in bed with them sometimes.
Oh, is it? Is it Call Her Daddy? Is that Alex Cooper?
The blonde, she's like, she looks 12 herself.
I think it's Alex Cooper.
I just saw her. Somebody said, you've got to do an OnlyFans. Like, you've got to. And she goes, no, I can't. And they go, you have to. I make, like you said, 50,000 a day, like something like they're obviously, I don't know. It was like, I don't know these people names. Yeah. Almost said Big Red.
Okay.
Rappers.
Oh, you mean Bad Baby?
No,
Danielle Bergoli. No,
I know Bad Baby.
She's a rapper with red hair.
Crying.
Are you talking about Chaperone?
No, her name has red in her.
Oh, Sexy Red. I was thinking of redheads.
Big Red.
I was like, who are redheads?
I can't breathe. I'm actually crying. But she was like, I don't even know if it was her, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But it was somebody like that. And she was like telling her she should, and then she was kind of did the whole like thought about like thinking about it face and was like, well, and I'm like, you guys are being watched by millions of people and you're glorifying this as a way to make money. So the women that work their ass off, that build something, build careers, build families, do something bigger with their life, build a business that maybe helps people, or, I have a friend, shout out to Jen, who just started making candles at home. Really cute. Yeah. By the way, go check her out. Really cute. I'll post her on our page. She said, I think I'm going to try to sell them. And I was like, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it. Immediately do it. And she has a career. She has a great career and is a mom. And I'm like, do it. Like that, instead of thinking like, I think I'm going to show my butthole online. Right. Like, think about doing something else. There is other options.
I don't care. It's my body. I can do whatever I want with my body. Listen. Okay. I understand.
That's true too.
The want to feel sexy. I understand the want for attention. I understand the I want to look good. I do look good. I worked hard on my body. I want to show it off. I understand all that.
Half these girls are not. They ain't it either.
Yeah, that's true. But I understand that part of like the thought process going into it. But it is so much more detrimental.
It's dark. Like, that's a dark industry.
A lot of the girls,
porn stars have been saying it for years.
Exactly. They're not making money off OnlyFans. They're making money off selling their pussies. That's what's happening. They will get offline and they will go meet up with people.
Oh,
and
that's
they
like
will
strippers.
Yeah.
Anybody who's going to sit here and argue with me and tell me that doesn't happen.
It does happen. I actually know for a fact that
For a
$500 will
fucking
get you
fact.
basically whatever in the back
Yeah,
rooms.
100%.
I actually know for a fact.
I didn't say all of them. Most.
No, this is something that I actually know for a fact happened. There was this guy and he gave his girlfriend $200 and said, get someone to meet us in the back room.
No. Easy.
2 strippers. And they had an orgy in that back room.
Easily.
For $200.
But Tessa, they're security guards.
Not in the
They have
not in the private
security.
rooms. Not in the private
They don't
rooms.
let that happen.
Right. It's insane. Like that is what's happening. And so it's like
Y'all
that's
are
what
dense.
they're not telling you. That's how people are making money. Like that's the thing. Like some of them, no. You want to show me your bank statement? Okay, I want to see where you got paid out from specifically OnlyFans, not from your sugar daddies, not from your this or that.
Oh no, the
like,
OnlyFans they're getting subscribers, and then those, like you said, those subscribers
Subscribers.
are like, but I want to take care of you.
Right.
I'm gonna send you money for a car. I'm gonna send you this, and
Mm-hmm.
then, but can we meet up and
Yep.
just once a week? All we have to do is meet up once
And
a
then
week.
the money's
We don't
addicting.
even have to do anything.
No, literally, and that's exactly how it
Bullshit,
starts.
and then it turns into 100%.
That's exactly how it starts. One of my friends and I were talking the other day specifically about this because I'm not going to give anything about her away at all
Right.
whatsoever because I love and cherish this woman so deeply to my heart.
And it doesn't make you mean she's a bad person.
I don't think
our
she's a
whole
bad
point is
person.
these people were,
right.
I
It's
almost
just
want to
that
say,
they're-
taken advantage
they
of by
are. By the lies that
the
that
lure
social
of
media
money
is telling
and-
you.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is not that. She literally told me, she was like, Tessa, the lifestyle is addicting. She's like, it's very addicting. It is an addiction. Once you start,
yeah.
it's fast money, it's quick money, it's good money immediately. She's like, but what they don't tell you is when you're coming down from the drugs, because you're on drugs,
yeah.
when you're leaving the party, when you're doing things, she's like, I so often feel like a shell of a person. She was like, and they're not telling you what it does to you mentally. And they're also not telling you
Physically.
that some of these guys want to fuck you for 12 plus hours and they're on all kinds of drugs. So they
Oh, yeah.
will keep going
Oh, yeah.
and you cannot leave until they are done or you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, talk about being at potential risk.
and this is somebody that I know, like, I know her very dearly.
Right. So this is
like,
not just hearsay.
No, this
and there's
isn't just
lots
hearsay.
of stories like that. And
Yeah.
what I will say is that there's been a trend lately
Mm-hmm.
of not just OnlyFans, but since we are talking about OnlyFans, but some TikTok creators, but creators in general and OnlyFans
Mm-hmm.
that are just winding up dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be, you know what,
Disappeared,
unaliving,
dead.
disappeared, murdered.
Because there's
This
real
is
threats.
this is a dark world.
It's a
This is not a
very, very dark
fun
world.
make that bag world. Again, the famous people, it might be because all they have to do is literally sit there and spread their
Yeah.
legs, and they'll probably get
And
a million hits.
They already gave up their privacy. They
Yeah.
already gave up their autonomy. They
we
already
have
gave up
to
all those
kind of
things.
take them out of it, even
Yeah.
though I still think it's wrong, and they're still they've already sold their soul to the devil. Let's be real. If
For
you're
real.
big like that, you already drink the devil's
And
juice.
that Hollywood
But-
talks about it all the time. Hollywood is always talking about how like you have all these like celebrities that have come out, and especially like speaking on the guy that's on trial right now. I don't even know if I want to get into any of that, but like maybe on
Right.
another episode. But like when you
sex parties.
like all
They're
this stuff,
having
they
sex
talk
parties.
about them.
They
They
do
tell you about
drugs.
them.
It's
It's
not fake.
demonic.
It's not a lie.
demonic. Like
Yeah.
I know, there's this one creator and she's mentioned it briefly, and she does OF and but she's recently made like a huge transition into stability and like a loving
for her.
relationship
Good
and like
for
all
her.
of this stuff, right? But she was talking about she got invited to one of those Hollywood parties, and she's a pretty well-known like influencer type of
Okay.
person, right? And she got invited to one of those Hollywood parties. Okay. And she said she walked upstairs and she saw something so horrific it made her throw up immediately. She left and has never ever, well, she's never been invited back, obviously, but like she
may
also
very well end up unalived all of a sudden.
Right. Well, yeah.
because
Well, she also
she's
has had to
speaking
up her
about it.
security. She's
Oh,
also had to
100%.
Yeah, because she said I saw something so horrific, and this is a girl that's like very sex positive.
Right.
What could it have possibly been? Like she's very
Sacrifice.
Yeah, like literally, it could have been something crazy.
Sacrifice with sexual acts
or
involved.
children
Oh,
or
yeah.
animals.
Oh, easily.
Like all of that.
Easily.
All of that is stuff that is happening. Like, And that's the thing. So like, I know we're getting a little bit so.
I don't think we're getting off topic because
I don't think we're getting off topic.
That's part of it. That is part of it.
So there are lots of negative physical effects and emotional effects that are tied into creating and watching, specifically.
Oh, watching 100%.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
Porn, and we can say porn as well. It's the same thing. Like, I don't understand why people say OnlyFans creators. There are different. It's porn.
It's porn. Yeah.
It's porn.
The only reason that makes it different with OnlyFans is specifically the parasocial relationship that gets formed. Do you know what that means?
I don't.
Okay. So a parasocial relationship is when you feel like you know a celebrity because you watch everything that they do.
And they say, we'll do personalized messages.
Right.
And you can pay extra to get me. So you
it's
realize
creating that parasocial relationship.
You guys, the person on the other end does not give a fuck about you or know you or care. You're literally money in their pocket.
No, and honestly, most of the time, guys,
this is where stalkers are created.
They're paying someone else to respond to their DMs.
100%.
Those girls are not. Do you think they have time to go on vacation, photo shoot, and respond to everyone in their DMs? Be so for real. I don't respond to people in my DMs.
Right.
I don't even respond to Heather. Like,
right.
Like, I like, what do you mean? Like,
plus on top of the fact that they probably have thousands, if not millions of messages. There's no way they have people.
There's
they have
no
staffs.
way.
No, this is again where stalkers are created.
Right.
They think that person has a relationship with them now. And yes, there are men that think that it is a relationship, in some way. I mean, many celebrities have stalkers, but with these, think about a young girl that maybe isn't famous.
Yeah.
So this guy thinks, wow, we really could have something here.
Yeah.
And then starts stalking her. Mind you, these girls could be very well, I don't care if they change their name, their OnlyFans name is different. People can figure it out. You can start putting in photos into Google and they could find these people. And who knows what could happen 100%. And who knows what is happening that's not on the news. Like every single abduction, murder, rape is not on the news. It happens all day long, every day, and they're not on the news. So very well, these young girls could be getting stalked and found and potentially hurt. And they don't understand the severity of that. It's all glitz and glam. It's all making money. It's all glorified. It's all attention and
100%.
What they can get out of it. And maybe I'm going to be the next big thing.
Yeah. And I feel like it directly is it's not the root cause, but it has so much exacerbated the male loneliness epidemic, these parasocial relationships, because that person on the other side of the screen that you are paying money to, that you are saying, I love you, that you are all of these things, they do not give a fuck about you. They do not care. They want your money and that is it. They don't care if you live or die. If you wake up tomorrow, they don't fucking care. And so when you're like, oh, I love her. I love her. I love her. Let me give her money. Let me give her money. Let me give her money. Like this happened. There's a famous triple murder that happened because a guy, like, he killed his parents, his mom, his dad, and his brother because he was online texting this girl. Oh, God. And like, she's like, I love you. I love you. I love you. And he stole money from his parents. Like, we're talking like upwards of like $500,000, like giving this money to this girl, And his parents were like, you can't do this anymore. Like you're stealing our money.
The fuck, I'm not.
And he killed them.
Oh yeah.
Because that's how deep rooted these parasocial, because he thought this girl was like, when the police came to her and confronted her, she's like, who?
100%. She's like, who the fuck?
She's like, who are you talking
in a full-blown
about?
relationship with her in his head.
Exactly.
It happens with video games too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to go off too far on that tangent.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that relationship where people think they have a relationship with this person.
But they don't. They're not real.
They're not real.
They don't care about you. Like, and that's the craziest part about it is because it like, what is it like? Loneliness. It makes you feel so empty because it's like, no matter, it's like the same thing as being in an abusive relationship. It's like no matter how much you give, they're gonna want more. They're always gonna take it, and you're giving it. So why wouldn't I take it? No one asked you to give that.
What was the one you were telling me where we saw the video of all the masked men, and we know what creator this is? She is close-eyed, caterpillar eyebrowed, broad. Who I'm like, man, you don't even have to You don't even have to be shit to do this. You just have to do crazy shit. So what was the video that you were telling me where all, and by the way, why aren't these men showing themselves, you fucking pussies?
No, literally, show
Man
your
up
face.
and
Show your face.
yourself and show that you're probably some fucking dirtbag or a CEO or who the fuck ever you are.
Or a
that
pillar
is
of your
part
community.
Of this.
That's the thing.
Why are you wearing masks?
Take your masks off.
But there was the one where she's sitting there on the end of the bed. The little girl, who I say is a little girl, I think you said she's in her 20s, early 20s, but looks like she's about 15.
Yeah.
Is sitting there and she's like, I'm scared. And they're like, the caption from the creator is like, I want to make sure that there's no innocence left in her.
Right.
Are you guys fucking serious? And
That's
the guys
actually
are just
insane.
like, oh.
Well,
and then
no,
they start chanting her name. They start chanting the creator's name.
That's a Bop House girl. The other one is, and so actually it came out that she, ever since that, so allegedly, I've never seen the video. I don't know anything about the video. I'm not going to go fucking pay to watch that shit.
Never are we going to give them any money or watch these things. This is all stuff we've learned. I don't want to see
it. I don't think anyone should
Instagram,
see it.
TikTok, like these are things that were made public.
No,
and
it's sad. It's sad.
We refuse to give them any attention. I didn't even view the whole video because I'm like, I don't even want this to go towards their view time.
Yeah, no, I literally just block it now. I just block it and move and
not interested. Yeah,
not interested. Just I'm like, I can't do this because it's so sad.
Yeah,
like that girl.
Researching this was
horrifying. It actually, I did cry a couple times.
Yeah, it was really bad. I was sick to my stomach.
After I saw, because one of the things I specifically looked up is what percentage of OF creators can afford a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. Only 10% max.
Yeah, because the other, as we learned,
that broke my heart.
$100.
It broke my heart because you're giving away your autonomy. You're giving away, like, publicly, virtually, however you want to say it, whether or not someone's actually touching you. You have now given away the one thing that is yours. Like your body is yours. It is the one thing that belongs to you. Nothing else on this earth, the clothes, my glasses, literally this chair, the table, nothing belongs to me. Eventually I'm going to die. And the only thing that's going to die with me is my body. Yeah. So when you give that away, you don't have that anymore.
Like, does
you don't
anybody
have
hear
that
how
to keep.
crazy that is?
That's what I mean.
Like, see how deep and intense that was, what you were just saying?
Yeah.
And then they're, on the other hand, they're like, make that money, make that
and
money.
It breaks my heart because listen, I can teach you how to make money. I'm actually currently I'm working on some things to start offering some classes for some stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So you can make money, and I'm going to let you guys know I make a decent amount of money, and not one singular time am I ever naked. Not one singular time am I ever, I say cuss words. I get a little vulgar sometimes, but
look, and if I have cleavage, that's not making me money.
Right.
Okay. That's because I have fake boobs and I want to.
Right.
And again, that's cleavage, where these girls are going to say, I want to show my vagina. And you're not just showing your vagina. You're doing something that's supposed to be intimate between man, woman, woman. Right. I don't care what you want to say, but it's supposed to be intimate.
100%.
That is something that's supposed to be shared.
I don't find anything wrong with, like, if you want to take a bikini photo and post it, take a bikini photo and post it. If I don't even care. Like, that's not what I'm caring about. What I'm caring
we're not,
about,
like I said, we're not prudes. We're not like, oh, go wrap yourself in a potato sack and sit in your fucking room.
Like,
we're talking about the dark side.
The dark side of it. Like,
this industry.
It's so bad. Only 5% of creators can afford a 1-bedroom apartment.
Like, what are you doing? Because they're watching these other women and they think that they're going to be up there. Now, the Australian biatch, what's her goal? Her new goal is 538 men in one day.
No, it's 2,000.
It's gotten to 2,000.
Yeah.
Last video I saw, it was 500 and something. And she said, now, mind you, this is a goal of hers. I think she reached one of them and then proceeded to say that it emotionally and physically fucked her up, but she would like to do more. Mm-hmm. So if you're telling me that something's not fucking, like, all pistons aren't firing there, that you're saying that this damaged you and affected you, but you want to go for more now. Right.
Something's
what? Like what?
Like, someone help her. Like, this is the part that is, like, literally so insane to me, is because this is clearly a cry for help. And I understand, like, I'm outraged about it because you're something's wrong with you to perpetuate these ideas that this is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for
It's
a woman
not
to be
okay.
a petting zoo. It's not
Where
okay
do
for a
you
woman
get-
to
yeah,
have
where do you get
3,000
this
men in a
idea?
day. That's not okay. And that's not like, there is so like sharing your body with another person. Like, I'm not going to get like, because I don't know the specific statistics of this, but this is just something that I've always learned growing up. And it's actually like a thing. So if you have sex with another person, actually, I do have this fact. If you have sex with another person and they have poor mental health,
Right. You're like sharing that
you're sharing it with
energy.
them. You're sharing the energy with them. And hold on, I'm trying to find because it's like actually crazy, like the whole.
Well, I
Like
mean,
actual.
while you look that up,
Yeah.
this girl that wants to do the 1,000, this is not the one we were talking about with the Bop House girl. This is a different girl, but I don't understand how we became, like I said, a society where that is a goal for a woman to have.
Right.
And call it judgment, call it what you want, but we're looking at it at an outside view of the darkness behind it, not just the, oh my gosh, I can't believe that girl. But I will say, I have noticed that some of the comments on these videos are, even though that number is so high on subscriptions, they are going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, girl,
Right.
find Jesus. Like,
Right.
get a grip. Like, where's your dad? Like, dad must be proud. Like, they are kind of talking shit.
Right.
But they're doing that, and then behind the scenes, still subscribing or looking her up. So
because
it's
like, oh my God, like I just want to see.
they
because-
know they should think that.
Right. It just created a new standard for what is taboo.
Right.
Like it sorry, I just got like a billion flashes of something in my head. So like when you go on the internet now, if you go onto any porn site, one of the number one things is step blah blah blah, stepdad, stepbrother, stepsister,
Oh God.
stepmom.
Thank
Like
God I don't.
that's like the
Me and my husband
number
are, like,
one category now. Incest
anti-porn.
is one of the number one. Incest is one of the number one
That's
categories.
because
and did you
you
know when
can't-
those
it's not-
numbers
normal
rose?
shit is not doing it for these people
Right.
anymore. It is a brain altering thing, and that has been proven.
And those numbers rose to make that number one during lockdown.
Oh, that's really disturbing and disgusting.
Right.
Because there was probably, I know
When
there was
you
a lot of,
pair that together.
there was a lot of domestic violence. There was a lot of probably
Yeah.
incest, a lot of molestation,
Yeah.
a lot
and
of
content creators. They're like, everyone's together. What
Okay.
type of content should I be
Speaking of,
creating?
Let's talk about the new filter that's out
Which one?
that creators are using.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Down syndrome filter.
Oh my God.
Like, you guys have got to be fucking shitting me.
Yeah, that one
to the
girl that has,
fullest.
like-
There's a ton of them.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking of that one girl in specific that like started the like she got really big off of it.
What the fuck are you doing to think that even up?
Right. To put into your viewers' heads, yeah, you should definitely go fuck people with Down syndrome. As
Well-
long as their body's nice.
Well, they're capitalizing off of
A
Down
disability.
syndrome,
Like that's like
that you're trying to say, like, that. Remember how we're talking about giving you the edge, giving you the one up? So
Right.
you're using Down syndrome, a filter that makes you look like you have Down syndrome,
Yeah.
to get that one up. Or
Yeah.
like we're now creeping into a severe mental
no
illness
This is what I'm saying. Like,
situation.
it's completely riddled with mental illness.
Like, how degrading
it is, and that's the part that like gets
to
like,
people with Down syndrome. Like,
that's so fucked up.
I'm gonna use a filter so that I can have a little edge and make people be like, "Ooh, look at this hot Down syndrome chick." Like, what the? Like, it's so mind blowing to me that it makes me ill.
Right. And the thing about it is people like this, I hear this a lot when in relation to when it comes to that. Well, they're going to find it somewhere. They're going to look somewhere for it. They're going to do something. Guys, do you know?
Just because you can, doesn't mean
but
you
that's
should.
not even the thing. A lot of these things that you want to sexually explore. Did you know that when you like get a partner and you start dating someone and you start exploring your sexual fantasies and all of this, you know, you're supposed to talk to them about that, right?
Right.
And that's something that you explore with another grown consensual adult privately.
No, that's gone. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, like
That's not a
people
thing
don't
anymore.
do that anymore.
That's not a thing anymore.
I'm like,
and
everything has to be on the internet, and that's the thing. Like, okay, so for me, like, I'm gonna expose myself really big right now, but like, I don't even
Please
have
do.
a problem with people recording videos.
oh, like of you, like
I
partners.
love to make a video. I will never post that shit on the internet because that's not for the internet. That's for my partner. It is my body. It's the only thing that I have.
Right. But
That's so
my
funny.
God.
No. It is. Oh, and I finally found the
Okay.
mental health. Okay, so this is, and I'm literally, this isn't about OnlyFans specifically. This is specifically about having sex with someone if that is their job. This is what it can do to you. Okay, so first of all, trauma transference. One person's emotional wounds may trigger or worsen the others. Intimacy confusion. The line between performance and genuine care can blur, leading to pain, especially for a one-sided attachment.
Okay.
And the mental health decline. Both sellers and clients may experience depression, anxiety, or loss of self-esteem if their needs aren't truly being met through the interaction. And your needs are not truly being met.
And this is
through
for
the interaction.
sex workers.
This is for sex workers.
Okay.
This is what it does. Like it takes a part of you. Like it's like up to 2 weeks, I think, is like
Well, they want to tell themselves that they shut it off and it's just fun.
But you
and
can't shut it
this
off.
and that and all the above.
You can compartmentalize.
I don't know if you're too young for it, but do you remember? You might be, because I don't even know if it's still on, but MTV used to have a True Life series.
I know of True Life.
Okay. So there was True Life. My parents are porn stars. Now, the kids, this is how they grew up.
Right.
But as they got older, I remember the son specifically was like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Kind of just like, I accept it thing. Like, it's just what I know. And, obviously has to deal with his friends. Obviously have to deal with his friends knowing about this and hearing shit about it. And oh my God, your mom and dad. Like now they, followed her to some of the shoots. And let me tell you how disturbing.
That's bad.
The moments where he knew his mom was at work and then came home and he's like, how was work? What?
Crazy.
Meaning by work, she just got ran through by like 3 big old dudes.
Yeah.
And her lipstick's all over her face still. Like, it was gnarly.
That's bad.
Like, I was like, I hope this episode has the opposite effect of what people think it is. Like, instead of normalizing it, it's like, okay.
That's not cool.
No, this is
like
not good.
I've seen my mom naked a million times, but my mom was a naked mom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Never have I seen her in a uniform. And when I say uniform, I mean, like when she would work at the club.
Right.
Never saw her like, I mean, I saw her like fucked up, but I've never saw her like mess. Like it was never obvious what she had just done.
Yeah.
Or obvious where she had just come from.
Right.
Like, and that's what I mean. Like sometimes I'm like, my mom did some really like fucked up shit, but like,
but even your mom as an addict, going through all this stuff was like, maybe I should keep some of this for my daughter.
Exactly.
Like maybe I should just not give her all of it. But it's like now I feel like that is okay to do. Not for everybody. Obviously people like us. But like there is this freedom of love and sexuality and it's your body and it's okay and this and that and oh, my dad watches my porn, like that type of shit, like we covered on the last
me the fuck out every time you say it. I'm like,
couple episodes when we talked about that. But it's like, or my dad jokes about it and this, it's like, no, that's not okay.
Right.
We're talking about sex.
Yeah,
sex
sex
should
is,
be like intimate and something like,
exactly.
What, even if it wants to be freaky with you and your husband or you and your partner, like do you, but like
whatever. Like, and that's not to say that you can casually sleep with someone.
Like if you're
allowed
single,
to
do what you want.
You can do whatever. But it's just that.
And again, some people don't agree with that.
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah, exactly. Like
celibacy until marriage,
right.
which we all know again in this society is a very few and far in between rare thing.
But you can also like me, just take little vows of celibacy.
Right.
Like, and if you mess up, you mess up. Whatever. Sometimes I'd be like,
it happens.
Anyways, but
No
like
judgment.
it's just one of those things where it's like. it's about like communication and intimacy. And if you are not doing that, if you're just having sex to have sex or having sex because you're like an addict, or like, the sex is never going to fulfill you. It's never going to satisfy you. You're always going to be wanting more, because what you need to deal with is the deeper issue that's within you.
Yeah.
Why can't you be satisfied?
Right.
Why? What are you missing? What might you be missing?
Exactly.
What might be missing from your life? The Lord.
Right. Every time it comes
And
back
I'm just
to
saying,
that.
and it doesn't have to be the Lord that I believe in, Jesus. It could be, if you want to call it the universe, call it the universe. If you want to call it
Like, you're
Buddhism, call it
missing
Buddhism.
faith, you're missing
Whatever
something
it is,
else.
there is something that's missing,
Yeah.
and it's your connection with yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what's missing. And if you can do all of these things, and then also for the people, and I just thought about this, for the people that want to get on here and be like, well, you don't understand what it's like to be offered that amount of money. You don't understand, like, if you were offered this, I know you would take it. I'm going to let you know straight up and honest. 3 years ago, I was offered $40,000 in cash right in front of my face. A guy said, film a scene with me. I'll give you $40,000 up front. Up front. And I was like, no, you fucking weirdo. Like, why would I do
millions
that?
of women that would have jumped on that. And I'm going to
Immediately.
say no. I plead the fifth on this.
And women would call me
section of the
stupid. Women would
conversation.
call me dumb. They'd be like, oh, how could you turn down that much money? That's so fucking great. I'm not selling my soul for $40,000.
Right. And when I say I plead the fifth, it's not because I've ever done that.
No, it's because
I'm not saying whether I've been offered things like, yeah.
Exactly. But I have literally been propositioned cash in my face right there in front of me. And I said no. And that's
Right. And people are probably
Right.
like,
Why?
they're probably like, yeah, right. Or you probably did it. Or that never happened. It's because people have a hard
Yeah.
time believing that somebody could be like,
no, I'm not gonna
doing that.
do that, because it's not normal.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And it's not okay for that man to use me for my body.
Yeah.
Give me some cash and then send me on my way.
Well, he's probably experienced women that if he were to flash cash, they're like,
Immediately.
Let's
He
do
was
it. I'll
so
do
shocked.
anything.
He was shocked,
Let's go,
almost to
daddy.
the point of being offended that I said no.
oh, 100% offended.
He was like, oh, what, you think you're better than? I was like, no. I don't think that I'm better than anyone. I know that I'm better. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Like,
No, you're like,
it's
no,
not that at
I
all. I just
have
that's
some
just not
self-esteem,
something that I'm going to do
confidence,
for
care
myself.
about myself.
Because I also know that when you have sex with somebody, up to 2 weeks after, if they experience anxiety, if they experience depression, if they experience mental health disorder, you can deal with that.
Let's set that aside. Once that man gave you that money,
Right.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You will think you owe him more. Okay. For a fact, like you said, you had a good friend. I had a good
Yeah.
friend that did this, and she swore up and down that she cared about this guy. And let me tell you, he was an older guy, rich, pretty sure he had a family for what all intents and purposes.
They usually do.
And she was required to see him once a week. She had a car, rent paid, had to. And by
Yeah.
the way, when I say had to see him once a week, because now what she's done is she put her financial state in his hands.
Right.
So either she
Exactly.
had to go see him that once a week, which I was like, what the fuck? It took her a long time to tell us all this was like going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, of
And
course, because
we
it's
were all like,
embarrassing.
and we just kind of did the, oh, okay. But as we got more information, I was like, I really would like to urge you
Yeah.
to rethink this.
Yeah.
And like, as friends, we were like, really just rethink this
100%.
and, consider other alternatives. Like, you got this, do what you need to do. Like, you don't need this.
Right.
Because she always felt awful. Like you said, awful after. It was like, oh, I have to go see him. And like,
Yeah,
hated it.
Because
hated it.
your body doesn't belong to you anymore.
It doesn't belong to you anymore. But I think she was kind of disgusted by him, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Well, yeah. Nobody. I'm going to look right into this camera when I say this. There is no one on God's green earth that enjoys a fucking loose, saggy old man ass and
For no
saggy
amount of fucking
balls
money.
slapping against you. Name one person.
Exactly.
My favorite thing is to see a
Anna
saggy old
Nicole
man
Smith,
ass.
you think she fucking loved that man?
Like a grandpa. But
You
not
think
like
she
a
was
lover.
sexually? Yeah.
No,
Come on,
like-
you guys. Like, you're all crazy.
like, of course I love Pop Pop. Okay? Of course I love him. That old man's great. Do
I
I
can't
want?
tell you- actually,
do I
I know
want to let
another
Pop
person.
fuck me? No.
I know another person that had that situation where they considered him like a dad or grandpa, which was disturbing as fuck. That gave them money, paid for all their shit, and I'm like, huh?
And they'll
I'm like
and
sitting
they'll
here
literally
going,
say to you, "I want you to
huh?
think of me as a
as a dad,
as a dad, as a grandpa."
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but I didn't get
Why
molested.
are you paying this woman?
No, like.
What?
No, I cannot think of you as a dad or grandpa. One, never had one. Two,
Right?
either. I never, nor dad or grandpa. Great grandpa, sure. And he never touched me inappropriately.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
never molested by my grandpa. Why would I think of you like a grandpa? That my grandpa was amazing. You're a piece of shit. Like, it's actually crazy. No. It's a lot.
And like you said, the whole stepdad, like that being as a category in porn should really make people think twice. As soon as you see that, you should think, maybe this is not where I should be.
Right.
And furthermore, when you start looking up specific creators, when you start subscribing, so, you know, when there's free porn out there, when you start looking up specific people,
Right.
you've now passed
Right.
another threshold. So your
Right.
first threshold is doing it at all. Now you're
Right.
looking up specific people. So now you have a favorite.
Right.
So now then you start going into OnlyFans where now you're
Right.
paying
Right.
for specific people. So that is a huge problem.
Right.
That's a huge problem because now you're spending money
Right.
on this for a
Right.
specific person, like you said, because they're not going to subscribe to everybody.
No.
They're going to pick
Well, who they
want
like.
to. Which, what does that remind you of? That reminds you of walking down the fucking street in Amsterdam and you're looking in the windows and you pick
Yeah.
which fucking whore you want to fuck.
That's
what
the
that is.
same
Because while
thing.
you're fucking jerking it off watching this girl on OnlyFans, you're having virtual sex with her.
Yeah.
And you just window shopped and you picked the fucking whore that
Right.
you wanted to fuck and paid
Right.
for it.
And it ruins, guys.
Y'all should feel fucking real embarrassed that you're paying.
You should feel
anything.
embarrassed that you're paying to look at a pussy.
Oh my God.
You're
fucking
paying
pathetic.
real money to look at someone's pussy.
And yes, I said it. You're fucking pathetic. Homie.
yeah.
Like,
no, deadass. And it also ruins your sexual life.
yeah. Oh no.
It ruins it.
Did you have that statistic? Because I didn't pull it up and I fucking wished I did
About
because I thought I
what?
was going to. The statistic on
Probably.
the ED that porn causes.
No, I don't have that statistic.
it-
but I
it-
know for a fact that it does.
It does. It's
Because
it
of
is
the situation that I went
proven,
through.
and the serotonin in the brain cannot produce the same. So you get ED. It has been proven to cause marital problems, and not because of the specific, like, oh, she caught me watching porn, so she's pissed off. Not that.
No.
It causes outside subconscious
Right.
marital problems that you don't even realize are caused
Right.
by that. People
'Cause
think,
you're gonna-
oh yeah, right,
Right.
100%.
Well, because this is the thing. You develop a preference.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. You develop a preference, and there is no, like, unless you're marrying
An
a mattress
unrealistic-
actress,
Yes.
unless that's who you're marrying,
Yes.
it's so unrealistic to ask women to do ABCDEFGH things. Like,
Let me tell
what do
you
you
something.
mean? Like, you
In
want
that show, The True Life, My Parents Are a Porn Star,
Uh-huh.
they talked about that. Do you understand? They pause, they stop in the middle of clips. Do you understand they're not really having orgasms, guys? Can you believe it?
Nope.
Can you believe it? It's fake.
Yeah.
And they literally, the mom was talking about, they spray like to make her look wet. They spray like oil. I don't know what the fuck
Probably
it was,
oil or
but she
lube or
talked about
something.
that. So
Yeah.
these women aren't like, oh my God, they're not turned on.
No.
These men are taking pills.
Yep.
Do you think they're like you think, oh, they got to be turned on, and you think it
Right.
looks real? It's all a fucking act.
Right.
Now, OnlyFans, now that's what I'm saying is now you've taken what was, I guess you could say, acting and turned it into real shit.
Right.
So now what's happening is now you're getting that like category that you would look up
Yeah.
in porn, amateur.
Right.
So now you're getting the like real videos and the,
Yeah.
you know, which I'm sure there's still like, again, the famous rich ones that are,
They
it's all
are. They
fucking
take breaks.
fake.
They take pauses. They
You
have
can AI it.
fluffers.
There's AI that
Yeah.
they've said. There's like a funny
Yeah,
video
and
going
imagine
around.
you're paying like $30
It's like
a
a
month to
dude.
look at AI fucking pussy.
An AI.
Like,
Yeah. Are you kidding?
that's actually a man. That's actually a man.
Like, behind
Actually, I have a favorite. There's this male creator who gets on those like chat roulette sites or
I
whatever.
don't know. See, I'm old and don't know these things.
Well, there's these things where it's like video chatting and you just click next if you don't want to talk to that person, and it connects you with a random person. Like whatever.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen things
Video
like
chatting
that.
stuff. Omegle used to be
Oh,
one.
yeah. I've seen videos of that on like Instagram and stuff.
So it's this guy, but he dresses as a woman.
Oh, the Russian?
Yes,
I've
Vlad.
seen it. And,
I love it.
and then he goes like, hey, what's up?
No, he's like
After talking like a girl for like,
we're like,
good
oh,
30
do you want to see
seconds.
my fucking
Yes.
guns? I'm
Yes.
like,
and they're like, oh my God.
like, I
yeah,
know,
like
it's
you
the
don't
funniest
even
thing.
know what you're looking at.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love him though. Like, honestly, I do
I've
watch
seen
those.
that.
I
I've
think
seen
they're
that.
so funny. But even like he explains it just like a business. He's
Right.
like, it's not. So this isn't intimacy. This
No,
isn't
not at
connection. This
all.
isn't.
There's
it is
no
literally
connection
just a
between
business.
you and that person on the other side of the screen.
Exactly.
Now, I will say more than obviously women, but men that watch it, there are women that do feel insecure about it. Like they find out and they're like, what's wrong
100%
with me?
insecure.
Why am I not good enough? Because I know
Yeah.
for a fact my husband doesn't watch porn.
Yeah.
It's something that we vowed. And I mean,
yeah.
it's
healthy.
I'm his porn.
Right. And that's how it should
And-
be.
right.
That's how it like crazy
thought.
concept. You're actually attracted to the woman you
Like,
marry.
you should be that. And so now there's going to be all sorts of fucking shit out there of people being like, my husband watches porn and I know he loves me and I know he is attracted to me. I'm not saying that he doesn't, and I'm not saying that he's not attracted to you.
No, but porn
by
addiction is
any
real.
means.
And it takes just a little, like, it's so much better for you mental health wise to
Yes.
not watch it.
It really is. So that's another thing I just recently posted about Taylor Kavanaugh. He's a host of a new podcast that's going to be on Counterculture Inc. network, other than Honorable Podcast. So look out for that. But he had mentioned something about like, cut out the porn, cut out the distractions, cut out the bullshit, and your life gets better. Like his life has gotten better. He,
It's true.
found God, all sorts of stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like funny because a lot of successful men, what do they say? They say, cut out the porn, cut out the women,
It
cut out the bullshit,
changes
cut out
everything.
the drugs. And porn is in there. It's
Yeah.
in that statement.
It has to be.
And I'm
because
like,
it has to be. Because that
we're still going to fight for porn, you guys? Like, don't you want to be that successful man?
Right. That's what I mean. And I understand the addiction. I understand the one, because this is like, I've struggled with porn. Like ever since like I was very little, the second I watch porn, I'm like, whoa, what is all that?
Right. It like intrigued you.
Exactly. But then it definitely put that stereotype into my head of this is how I need to act. I can't complain if it's hurting. I better do everything that my partner is wanting me to, whether I want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Like it made me feel less than. It made me feel insecure. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't look like this. I don't look like that.
Right.
And so it just tears away at your mental health little by little. And I'm like,
I remember Bradley would probably fucking kill me. But I remember when he was like hitting into the teens, we had an awesome pediatrician. And I know that, there's that line between like a doctor, speaking on things that aren't like medical.
Right.
But he brought up that. He brought
Right.
that up with Bradley. And he said, I bring this up because, and that's where I got the studies. Studies have shown, and he like brought out like literature and was like that if you especially partake in this young, at your age, which we all know teen boys get curious, and we're not saying that you're like abnormal for doing
and
that.
Also the hormones, the sex drive.
Yeah.
Like it is
He
not
said-
abnormal for
Right.
for guys
For
to
exploration.
masturbate, like
Nobody's
4
saying that.
times a day. Like that's
Right.
normal when you're going
But
through that
he
stuff.
said
Yeah.
if you partake in regular porn watching, he said it is more likely with statistics that you will have marital problems later in life. You will have sexual problems later in life. You could have ED young. Like
Right.
he was saying like, be aware of that.
Right.
Because that's where it kind of starts is like that addiction starts
Right.
there. And again, we understand young boys and girls will explore and they need to
Yeah.
learn. And that's how a lot of people learn how to
Absolutely.
even do anything, which unfortunately nowadays when you watch it, that's
That's
not where
not
you want
what
to be
it's-
learning how to
no.
do shit, because you're going to be like off, like hanging upside down doing
Yeah.
some fucking weird shit.
yeah, let's bring
And-
back actual sex ed classes, please.
Oh no, you can't do that.
Like
What
that's
do you mean?
insane. Like I'm
That
sorry.
would be when you educate on like actual sexual organs and
Yeah.
the risks and the
Yeah.
reward and everything that comes along
because there
with
are
it.
positive things from sex. Like there are sex is awesome, guys.
Right?
Like, it's fun.
That's kind of one of the things
Right.
that we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And again,
That's like, I don't
obviously
know
the
if
main
you-
goal was to
yeah.
make babies, but
Yeah.
obviously, I think are we? And I think dolphins what's the other animal or mammal? There's like only a few that do it
dolphins
for
love
that
to
do
fuck.
it for pleasure.
No,
only.
dolphins-
and it's not just for reproduction.
Dolphins rape people.
This got weird.
Dolphins. I'm just saying.
And so do humans.
Dolphins are
notice
slippery
how
little sea
the
rapists.
two mammals, animals, whatever the fuck in the animal kingdom,
Slippery
that
mammals.
do it for pleasure, have a rape problem.
Yeah, they do.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, dolphins rape, and I'm sorry, humans rape.
I'm dead.
I'm sorry that they both do that. I didn't create either one of them.
Neither.
Okay?
Neither. We actually don't condone, or I
don't.
really
No.
cannot.
It's just crazy the dolphins do.
I think we
and
drugged
also
ourselves
like,
again.
get out of the water. Like, what do you mean?
What? Like, why aren't you like
how's a
stopping?
dolphin raping you? Like, get out of the pool.
Like you can get
dolphins
away.
don't-
Like
they have
swim
no
away.
arm. It's
Like, are you sure you're not? They're like, I can't get away.
I'm like,
Okay. By the
sorry.
way, we
I'm
do
sorry.
not condone and
no,
or
I don't condone dolphin rape.
bestiality
Or
and
bestiality in
any,
any way.
Again, back to the sick shit that's out there.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
I
one of
can't-
them. That's
I
out there.
can't-
That's out there.
I
That's
can't-
fucking out there, guys. We have a fucking problem if there is bestiality has been around for a long time, but
Yeah.
that is fucked up
Yeah.
for the animal, for the
Animals-
human. Like,
Animals
We
cannot
can't. We
consent.
can't. We
Animals
can't. You
cannot consent. Maybe a dolphin.
like I'm unwell.
Maybe a dolphin could consent. Every other animal, they don't have the brain. It's just like the same. It's like,
What made you fucking think to do that?
no, exactly. It's
What
the same
fucking
thing. Like,
fuck was like,
she was 16.
that's a good idea.
She consented. She was 16. He was 15. He consented. Their brains aren't developed yet. They literally, that's why we have age of consent. That's why we have these things, because your brain, you can't consent. So you can't do that. Like, it's not okay.
Did
Like,
you see Bunny? I don't know if this is true or not. So fact check me if it's not. But
Okay.
because there's a lot of rumors about them, and some are true, some are not. But her whole infertility issue was caused by sex work.
I did hear that.
I heard that. I don't
don't
know
know if
that
it's
it's
true.
factual. So
But I did,
again,
I did
we don't mind being
hear
fact
that was
checked,
true.
but I
Yeah.
heard that many places, and I
Yeah.
was trying to see it. If I remembered if I heard her say it, but I do know that it's been said many times that she had damage.
Right.
And
Like,
again,
severe damage.
physical damage can be done when you're doing
Again,
this. And again,
yeah.
people are going to be like, but how come, what's the difference between husband and wife that have sex every night?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And
Like
you're
I just
doing
said, your
15
husband's
guys
not
in a
fucking
day.
you for
We're not
12 hours
doing
a
one a
night.
night.
You're not-
Girls aren't doing one a night.
No, if anybody is having sex for more than
Right. And these guys are taking
More than,
drugs.
like, 3
So
hours
these
a
are, like,
night?
hours. Yeah.
then that's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to for 3 hours. Like my shit. No, thank you. No.
I'm sorry. Like,
No. I want that to stay
yeah, no, that's great. There's
Keep-
exercises.
there. Yeah. Oh, for sure. 100%.
No, I don't like to
After
have sex
children,
for
you'd
3
be
hours.
doing those
Like,
exercises.
two, maybe I like that, but it depends. You know.
Of constant penetration, though.
No.
No, exactly. That's
you're
what they're
doing
doing.
other
But that's
stuff.
what they're
No,
doing.
no, you're
Because they're
having
going
constant
from one guy to the next guy to the next guy to the, because that's how they make their money. So they got to. So
Exactly.
think about that
The
constant.
TMJ.
Oh God, I forgot they do that too.
I'm just gonna say.
I mean, aside from STDs, you know,
Yeah.
I doubt. I mean, do we really think that? So here's my question: the girl, the idiots that are doing the 1,000 and the 500 and the whatever the fuck. Are these men being tested? Like, how does this work? Do they have an application process? Do they
Allegedly.
apply and get tested? So in
Allegedly.
that time that they got tested, because test results don't come back right away, guys.
Right.
In that week that it took to get the test results, what if they go fuck somebody and get AIDS?
Right. Or I don't know, because
Or
why are they all
chlamydia
wearing
or
masks?
gonorrhea?
So you think they
or
didn't fuck their wife?
Herpes. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, they're.
You think they didn't fuck their girlfriend?
Married.
You think they didn't?
Right.
Yeah. And let's hope that the wife and girlfriend aren't cheating.
Right. So you're going to
yeah.
tell me that the statistics of how many people have, it's like 1 in 4 have HPV, HSV,
No,
all these
HPV
diseases.
is 1 in 2.
1 in 2 out of all those men and this broad,
Yeah.
none of them have any STDs and this is the type of behavior they're partaking in, kiss my ass. They probably all have them and don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I got HPV before.
I can guarantee.
And I know exactly who it was from. And I only had one partner.
Oh,
The
so
other
then
person had more than that. Let's just say
Oh,
that.
for sure. And they probably would never tell any of them.
Yeah. And it was actually one of the reasons why I was like, think I'm getting cheated on. Because why the fuck do I have HPV and you're the only person I slept with?
Oh.
You must have got it from who? I wasn't sleeping with anyone before you. From who?
My mom used to work in a doctor's office, and she said there was a lady who came in and said she was like crying and was like, I need to get tested and this and that. And I guess she did have like gonorrhea. She had something where it was like one of those
You can
like
take a pill.
obvious,
Yeah.
like, she was having
Yeah.
things going on. I think it was like gonorrhea or
Yeah.
something. But my mom said, because my mom was like the medical assistant or whatever, or nurse, and then the doctor came in and they told her, and they said she like almost passed out.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I've been with my husband for 10 years and I haven't been with anybody else.
Yep.
So at that moment, she had
Confirmed
that he
her
had been,
husband's
obviously,
been
because it was
cheating.
one of
Yeah.
those like don't lay dormant type things. Like,
Yeah.
he probably had it at that moment.
No,
and had just gotten it.
That's the thing. Like, and with HPV, there's no
Because
treatment.
can't you be like a carrier? Can't the guys like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But your body
There's no
can
treatment.
cure that.
Did you know there's not even a test for guys?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's not even a test
But
to see if a man has it.
the test is that they give it to all these girls, and the girls
Right.
tell them, and they go,
Yeah, and then they still continue to
and
go
don't
and sleep
give a
with other
fuck.
people.
I'm sure there's some
And
men
then
out there
they
that do.
still,
But
and then he still, after he found out that I had HPV, still continued to sleep with me, and then still continued to sleep with other
obviously
women.
gave it to you.
So I can think of 10 girls off the top of my head that I know got HPV, and I don't know if they know.
Oh God.
But I didn't know at the time.
But that's what I'm saying. In the porn industry, they talk about the testing that they go through. But again, the test is not a rapid test. It doesn't come back that day.
But that's not OnlyFans. That's not OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, OnlyFans. Forget
That's
it. Well,
literally,
OnlyFans,
like-
the OnlyFans creators that claim, oh, it's with my boyfriend only, or it's just me by myself, fucking
Touching myself. I
touching
guess.
myself. I don't know. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, come on, dudes. Come on.
Yeah.
But like, they're with my boyfriend or with somebody I know or with my friend or with the same person always. Like that one girl that said her dad watches it. I guess it's with her husband, the content.
I wouldn't want my dad to see my husband naked.
Or me.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, yeah, like obviously. Or my husband. Like what?
I don't want you
I
to
can't even get into that
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
again because it's too much.
It is too much. I
But
actually have
with
to
that
agree.
being said, because that's like it's like I could go on about it forever. But with that being said, where does the line get drawn with OnlyFans? So I mean, you could all be spreading all sorts of shit all around. Again,
Yeah.
another aspect of this sex work
Right.
that is being ignored.
Yeah.
These young girls that are coming into it with the glitz and glam, like you said, the Bop House and this
Right.
and that. It's
Look
like,
at all our cars.
what
Look at all
happens
our-
when you're 22 and
The Bop House, which
you?
was sponsored by Skims for a while, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Dash?
Skims.
The Dash
Skims
fam?
sent them an
Isn't she?
entire
Isn't she
collab.
the creator of Skims?
Yeah.
The Dashy Dash. We always talk about the Dashy Dash and their
Yeah.
evil fucking shit.
Kimberly.
The Dash
Yeah,
fam.
The Dashes.
So,
Yeah.
but when you're doing this and you're 22, 23 and it's all fun and games and you and all the girls and the older girls they're treating you so good and all the men love it and all the men are giving you attention and you're the newbie.
Yeah.
What happens when you turn
25.
I don't know, 25, 26, 27 and nobody wants you anymore and you want to get married or you want to have children and your husband goes, your new potential husband, what are they going to say? He's going to love me no matter what. I can tell you right now, I know men that are like, I would never.
Yeah.
That would ruin it right there.
I know. Let me just say
They
this.
wouldn't even entertain. You were an OnlyFans? Nope.
What someone says versus what they actually do is like different, obviously.
Of course.
However, I have had said to me, and I have several male friends. I am a former pick-me. So
Yeah. Oh,
lots of
me too.
male friends. And the other thing about, and actually, I actually do want to bring this up. Well, no, I wasn't like fat in high school, but I've been plus size basically ever since freshman year of college, right?
Okay.
And because of that, I feel like men tell me more.
They feel comfortable.
They feel more comfortable because
That
I'm
could
not
be.
someone that they'll like date. I'm not their like type to date or something.
See, I've been
So they
fit.
already put
Don't
me in a
remind me
different
how fit and
category.
hot I was.
LOL.
We're
And so
getting
they
there.
put me in
We're
a different
getting there.
category of like, you know, safe to talk to,
Yeah.
right? So many of these men are like, I could never,
But they will.
that's disgusting. Like, I would not, like, so even if they do, just know to their friends, to their family, to their homie, whatever, they're outwardly already being hella blasphemous towards you.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like, why would you even want to be with a person that's going to talk shit about you behind your back?
Yeah.
Like, and that's something that you have to worry about.
Well,
now.
yeah, and you have to worry about their families
Right.
judging you. And I'm sorry, we want to live in a world with no judgment, but that's just not the way it is.
Right.
That's just not the world we live in. And if you're going to do that, you need to be prepared. And these young girls, I don't think are prepared
They're
because
not
they have it
prepared.
such in their heads how glorified it is that I'm going to meet Prince Charming and he'll love me no matter what. And
Yeah.
he's going to look past all my flaws.
It's not
and that
true.
may be true in the fact that if you're not perfect, a man will love you for who you
Yeah,
are.
100%.
But be aware that that's always going to be there and he's always going to have it in the back of his head.
Right.
I don't care if they say they're okay with it.
Right.
What's his name? Adam
I know who you're talking about. Lena the plug. Adam. Well, Lena's
22
his,
or something.
yeah, Lena's
I
his
also
wife.
can't stand him. Yes. And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't care if that everybody fucks my wife. Like, no, what?
You do. Because that's the
And
thing.
if you don't,
it's
then you
then
don't
shouldn't
care.
be with your
then
wife.
you don't care. You're right.
No,
you
but
don't
I
care.
actually don't think he gives a fuck about her.
Right. That's my point.
actually
if
don't
you
think he
don't
gives
give
a
a
fuck
fuck
about
about
her.
that, then
Yeah.
you don't give a fuck about her.
Yeah,
Straight
because
up.
it's
Sorry,
like
you're not
this
gonna
whole
change my
thing-
mind.
No, because I don't like that whole entire situation because it like at first it was like, oh, let's fuck girls together, and then it's like, oh, she lets me fuck girls. Oh, blah blah blah. Well, I guess you can start fucking other guys. And then it's like, no, fuck it. I don't care. Fuck other guys. And that's where it's at.
Right.
Like, he doesn't fucking care. And then hopefully they get their shit together and realize we never wanted this. And they can find their path to
Or
fucking...
they go their fucking separate
Yeah,
ways
like, just
and
break
find
up,
somebody
like-
that actually gives a fuck about
Right.
them.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there are people... Also, to address the Captain Save-A-Hose, I want to save her from the strip club. I want to save her from Ocean. Get off the pool.
Yes.
You know the requirement is for you to change everything about yourself.
Right.
Everything about
So
yourself.
I'm saving you, but you have to
but you
stop
have to
doing
stop
thi-
doing
yeah,
this, stop
yeah,
doing that,
yeah,
stop doing
yeah.
this. Like, yeah. So it's like that is the part. Knowing all of that information, if you still choose to get into it, that's on you.
100%.
That's on you. But if you don't know this information and it's being glorified and glorified and glorified and, oh, this is the path to success, do this, do that, do that. Well, if that doesn't get views, do this, it's more extreme. If that doesn't get views, do this, it's more extreme. If that
Right.
doesn't, like, no, like, you're a person and you matter. Like, you're a person, you fucking matter.
100%.
So, like, for you to just take the one part of yourself that you have and belongs to yourself, and I'll say this a million times, and just to give it away like that, like, it lets me know
It's
that
sad.
you don't value yourself.
Right.
And that makes me so sad because you're so precious and so valuable and
Yeah.
so loved. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. I think that there will be the conception that, and by that I mean misconception, that we hate OnlyFans girls and
No.
we're haters, and it's not. I think that it's a sad, dark, evil industry.
Yeah.
I think that they were either, again, I'm really bad because I'm old and my son's horrified by me
Okay,
and
trying to-
embarrassed. Bad baby. Bad.
Danielle Bergoli, Cash Me Outside.
Cash Me Outside.
Yeah.
What did she say? What she dropped the bomb when she was doing that Cook With Me show with the other girl?
Oh, that she had been getting molested.
So, interesting.
Wasn't it by her fucking like bodyguard or something like that?
Interesting.
Since she was 13.
So there's that. That's usually the case. Again, I can't say every single case that's the case,
Right.
but there's some kind of trauma. So it's like, that's
Yeah.
sad that there's women and men that feel the need they need to do this, and then the
Right.
people that are subscribing are feeding into the hurt.
Right.
And again, while they're sitting there making all this money, they're going to be like, I'm not hurting, I'm happy, I love my
Right,
life.
'cause you're
But you dig
compartmentalizing.
deep and they have relationship problems, they
Yeah.
have problems with their kids, they can't find a stable partner, they have partners for a period of time, and then they find out they're abusive or cheating
Yeah.
on them. Beautiful women.
Well, you don't even have to dig deep. Make
Yeah,
them
yeah,
sit
right.
in silence for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Turn off your phone. Go stand outside for 10 minutes. No distractions. Can you handle that?
Right.
Probably not.
Right.
Like, I know so many people that can't. Like, I know so many people, like,
I don't even know if I can.
I can't.
My ADHD, it be raging. And again, that's
my disassociation.
Oh, that's true. I can disassociate pretty damn
lets
well.
me.
That's true. That's
It
true.
lets me.
I can put it away and I can focus on something.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, if I had to, I can. But it's like with all the businesses and I have 6 pages I run.
But that's
it's
different.
like
you have a lot of things that you
I'm
need
like,
to be doing.
That's like Tyler. He'll be like,
those are
literally have his phone
those
call.
are jobs.
They're jobs.
Those are jobs.
But then again, where are people going to say, well, these are jobs? That's a job. That's a job.
Okay, well, yeah.
OnlyFans is a job, right?
It is, technically. Should it be? I don't
No.
know. No, it shouldn't.
And does that make it okay?
No. And that's the other thing. Like, I know plenty of girls who do it, and I love them with my whole heart. But what I will say,
And again, it doesn't make them an awful person.
no, but I pray for them so big.
Yes.
Like, literally,
I will pray for them. I pray for all of these girls
I'm
because
so
they're
in
lost.
fear of their safety at all times.
Yeah.
At all times, because I've seen them have stalkers. I've seen them have crazy stuff. I've seen them be
And that's not talked
taken
about.
advantage
It's
of.
not talked about.
I've seen them get left outside of a hotel and some guy throw $200 at them when they promised $3,000.
Not everybody has a whole security team.
Exactly.
Like
Most
these
people don't.
in the celebrity status have.
Exactly. And like you have to
And
go
even
so
they
far
have
to make
stalkers
it.
that can make it through.
Yeah.
Somebody had somebody in their house. It wasn't an
Lots of
OnlyFans creator. It was
people.
like an actress.
Yeah.
But they have security. They have cameras. They have all sorts of stuff. And somebody still made it through.
Yeah. Well, no, literally, the one of the podcasts that I listened to, the studio is on property. Like it's like in their garage.
Oh, okay.
And got robbed. They went in, took all the camera, like took so much stuff. Like they called
Which,
it.
let me tell you, don't fuck around. Don't fuck around and find out in this house.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you won't find out. You won't do anything
like,
anymore. You won't.
We're not making any
exist
threats or
anymore.
anything. I'm just
Like,
saying, don't do it.
Yeah. Also, same.
Also, same. Like
same at my place too. If you figure out where that is.
And then you have to. I mean, then we have to deal with both of us. Like at the back end. But
yeah. So yeah, just don't
don't
fuck around,
even
find
consider.
out. Yeah, I do feel like we're like getting close to the wrap up.
Yeah,
What do
for
you
sure.
think? Okay, perfect. So I want to share.
Is there any
these,
like key points?
stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you're like so.
So we're wrapping
Key
up the
stats.
OnlyFans because
We're
if you're
available.
made it this far, we're wrapping
Yeah,
up the
we're wrapping
OnlyFans
it up.
episode.
Yeah.
Again, we wanted to talk about the dark side. Last thing I want to add before we hit the last key points is also hearing about how many men it's being pushed to on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the websites. They're being pushed this stuff, even if they're not engaging, even if they're hitting not interested. They know the demographic. They're pushing these things to the men. And there's men that are like, I'm tired of seeing this shit. I don't want to see it anymore. So it's like you either have to get rid of social media or you just have to keep hitting not interested, which I've heard does help. But the fact that they're pushing it.
Yeah.
And by there, I'm like, who's there?
Right. Exactly. Who?
AI? Like, but go ahead.
No, it's all that one guy that's on trial right now.
Right.
Okay.
It's all Zuckerberg.
So key point, and specifically, whereas you're talking about men, this is like actually like, so when it comes to OF, 77% of subscribers are men, obviously. 40% report. This is just who reports.
Oh.
40% report emotional attachment to creators.
Whoa, 44%?
40%.
Oh, 40. If it was like 5%, that's
report emotional
right.
attachment.
They're
to
like,
creators.
no, I'm not attached.
Right. Up to 36% of male subscribers say their consumption negatively impacts real life sex and dating efforts.
Duh. Good to know they admit it.
Posts across Reddit and Quora, which is another like forum type thing for questions, show growing concern for men struggling with compulsive spending, loss of confidence, and loneliness as a result of subscribing to OF.
Duh.
And I wanted to lead off with end with a couple of things that like can help. So what can you do to help? They're like getting therapy that is focused on compulsive behavior or parasocial attachment. That is something you can do. Actually, what's funny is like,
which they're all going to be like, okay.
In these stats, the funniest thing that I found, like, because none of it is funny, but this part is like when it was like everything. I was like, well, what do you need to like if you're considering being a creator? Like, what is something that you need? Literally, therapy was on that bulletin.
Oh God.
If you want to be a creator, you need to be in therapy. That's what it said.
You probably, and then guess what's going to happen when you go to therapy? You're probably going to be
probably
like, I don't
not
want to
wanna
be a creator.
right?
Exactly.
So a digital detox or replacing passive content consumption with active or social efforts.
Yeah,
so
doing something else.
Instead of getting on online dating, why don't you go to a bar?
Or like,
Why don't you go
find
to a
hobby,
sporting event?
or find a hobby.
Find a hobby.
And I get the loneliness, but sometimes finding a hobby will create an atmosphere of
Yeah.
other people that have that hobby,
Yeah,
and
it's
maybe you'll
crazy.
find somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
do a workout class.
do something
Literally.
else than sitting
Do
at home
something
watching
else.
OnlyFans. I promise
Look
you,
up
your life will be
things
better.
in my area, groups in my area. Digital detox, I already said that. Support groups. There are actually some support groups online, like on Reddit. There's a couple called it's like r/out of the loop, and it's like
I've
a
seen
forum.
some Christian ones too.
Yeah, and it's like this forum.
Which
that
there's a
is-
lot of hate on Christianity right now that we're not going to hear or tolerate. Keep it to your fucking self.
Yeah, it's just like a lot. Like the thing about it is
And
like
yes, we're not perfect. We curse. We talk about things.
Yeah.
We have cleavage. We get it. But we're not going to talk about that. And
right.
we're trying
and then
to help
obviously
people.
people that are pushing like a negative Christian agenda, like
Right.
with
We don't agree
those
with
aren't-
that.
Those aren't fucking
Yeah.
Christians, guys.
Like-
Like grow up. Those are just fakers.
Posers.
Therapy communities. You can find groups on Facebook that can help you. Like if you're,
Well, I'm sure
if
there's
you
a lot of
need to
people that
stay
are
online.
embarrassed.
Yeah, if you're embarrassed,
Yeah.
yeah. Like there's anonymous groups. I mean, there's like sex
Yeah, good.
when you're addicted to sex and you go
Okay.
to there, but it's anonymous that you're going to there. It's like AA, but for sex.
It's like AA for sex.
Yeah.
You know what? Sex addiction is a real
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
And it's awful
and a lot
for
of
the
people,
partner.
More people struggle
Let me
with
tell
it than
you
you would
right
think.
now.
It's
awful
horrendous for the partner. It's horrendous.
Horrendous. And it, again, remember you, as you said too,
Mm-hmm.
and I know with my experience as well, that it turns into weirder stuff and them looking at stuff and constantly having to find things and younger and this and that. And
Yeah.
you know, wild stuff, and nothing is ever satisfying.
Yeah,
and
because it's like you want to see it's that I want to do something that I'm not supposed to be doing.
Right.
That's the feeling that needs to be satiated. By the way, that's mommy issues. I don't know if you knew that, but when you have that feeling that
interesting.
I'm going to get in trouble because I don't want to get caught doing something I'm not supposed to be doing.
Or I never get in trouble.
Exactly.
So what can I do
To get seen. Both mommy
I'm
issues.
enabled and I can do whatever the fuck. I can't do
Yeah.
any wrong.
Address your
So
relationship with your mother. I'm sorry.
if I can do no wrong, then why can't I look at fucking all these girls
Exactly.
and their assholes coming out and
Exactly.
prolapsing?
If my mom enables me, if my mom enables me to bring a new girl home 1 week after I broke up with another one, if my mom enables me to cheat
that's
without
fine. Yeah.
without
So why
you know,
would I have a
repercussions,
problem with that?
If my mom allows me to just bring all these people,
And it's totally accepted, and
then it's totally accepted.
and
Yeah.
maybe it's not. They just don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't
Right.
know, because
I
my
wonder-
son, even
yeah.
my son's girlfriend jokes and goes, "You would beat his ass."
Yeah.
If you think I'm just gonna sit there and watch him cheat,
No.
I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No, literally.
And is that necessarily gonna stop him? But I luckily raised a decent
Yeah, but
human
if you
who
wouldn't
would
enable
never,
him, yeah.
right? Who would never,
Yeah.
do that.
Right, because that's not something that you do.
And
That's,
knows
like, you
that I'd
value.
fuck him up.
Like, here's something crazy. How about, I don't know, value people that you decide to date? I don't know, crazy
know, I
concept.
don't know,
Actually,
weird.
maybe like them, get to know them.
Yeah.
Maybe like.
Yeah, it's weird. Or leave when you don't.
Yeah, like that's actually crazy. I know, crazy concept, crazy things. I know you guys
I mean,
have
we've
never
talked
heard of
about
this
not
before.
leaving, but you know, if it gets to the point where you're like, I want to be with somebody else, I'm going to go cheat, maybe consider
Yeah.
leaving or going to therapy with them or trying other
Bare
alternatives.
minimum, say it out loud.
Bare minimum, hey, I'm
Hey,
I'm not feeling this.
I'm feeling
Maybe
like I
we
want
need
to cheat on you.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to do it.
Let's see if we need to work this out or do we need to part ways.
Exactly. Like I'm having this feeling, so I don't know why, but it's like,
But again, why do men even need to cheat? They can just go subscribe to 20 Girls on Onlyfans, which, sorry, unpopular
It's the
opinion.
same thing.
I think that's cheating.
It is
and a lot of
cheating.
people agree with us on that.
it's cheating because
There's
it's-
marriage counselors that agree on that too.
Yeah, because you are, like I said, you're developing these preferences. You're imagining another woman. Like you're okay.
Like you said, what's it called? The
when you
parasocial
come,
relationship.
When a man ejaculates, that is life energy.
Yeah.
Literally, that is what you
Literally.
create life
Yeah.
with, is literally sperm. And if you are ejaculating your life energy to a bitch that doesn't even know your name
On a screen.
as opposed to your wife, maybe even the mother of your children, maybe even like your
girlfriend,
the person that
your
you
partner.
want, your partner.
Yeah.
Like, that's
you should reconsider
weird.
that. And again, this is not a bash or judgment on men that do that, because there's so many, as we know. What was it?
77%.
82 million or something?
Yeah.
Or billion?
Well,
subscribers?
304 million subscribers, 77% of those are men.
So we get it. You know, it doesn't mean that we have to agree with it.
Yeah.
But maybe
But also,
reconsider.
some
And
of
I'm
them
telling
don't
you, your life will be
know.
better. Right. They may
Yeah.
not know their life. Because again, they've been told every
Yeah.
guy does it. It's no big deal. Every
Exactly.
woman does it. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's not every guy does it and not every woman does it. I'm here to tell you, and
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say it. It's not everybody.
No, it's not.
And the men that stop,
Right.
especially the men, I think it's probably easier for women. I think it does exist where it's like addiction for women.
Yeah, but it's
a little
different.
different. Yeah. We have a little bit more of that intimate side to us where we're
Right.
like, oh, okay, whatever. This is lame.
Yeah.
It's like the same video over and over again. Like
Right.
boring.
Right.
Where men, I think, become, like you said, more addicted to that I don't feel like we would get
It's
that.
the-
We would think we have a relationship with the person on the
No,
screen.
it's not. I mean, some
I think women crave more
very
intimacy,
lonely,
more physical.
Yeah. And that's why women read stories. And
Right.
I don't even want to start talking about those porn books y'all always be reading
Right.
in
And they
public.
have audiobooks.
In
They're
public.
like, "Ooh."
In public.
Girl. Yeah.
No, that scares me a little bit too. I'm like, how are you reading that right here in front of everybody?
Right.
Like, literally, like
Living your little fantasy world.
yeah.
Which,
And like
hey,
the pages,
you
like,
know what? I almost think that that's still
she
better.
got quadruple penetrated
Right.
by a wizard king. I'm like, how?
But
Like,
again, if you want to kind of submerge yourself into a fantasy or whatever,
fantasy
I
is
don't
the-
think that's unhealthy.
using your own imagination.
When you
is
start
totally
involving
fine.
a whole ass human
Right.
being in
A
that
person.
that is like
Yeah.
I don't want to say fictional person. They exist.
Right.
But that's where you're blurring the lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you're, like you said, that mental aspect of an unreal relationship can
Right.
occur.
Yeah. The parasocial relationship. Yeah. Like it's insane. It's crazy. But yeah, that's really basically like all I have to say about it is like, I just feel
There's
like
probably so much more we
there's
can go
so
on
much
forever,
more, but I really
it's
wanted to
dark
stick to
and-
statistics and
right. We want to stick to the facts.
Yeah.
Again, it's not about hate, even if
No.
though it may seem that way. We're talking about the facts. We're talking about the people that create it, partake in it, subscribe to it, pay for it. It's all one and the same. There's no one worse or better than the other. It all plays a part. And, you know, we're just saying reconsider it. It is possible. It is doable for both ends.
yeah.
No fucking pun intended. But I mean, just saying, it is possible.
That was funny.
It
That was
is
funny.
possible for you to leave that industry and make money in other ways. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, you
absolutely.
can do this. It is possible for you to break the habit and break the addiction and just say, you know what? I don't need this shit. Even if you are lonely,
Yeah.
because I think that's where it gets really hard is when you
Yeah.
don't have a partner.
100%.
But there are, you know,
Yeah.
believe it or not, people can, I guess, satisfy themselves without that too. It is
Yeah.
possible. It is doable. I know it sounds
With your
crazy.
imagination. Like insert that SpongeBob clip.
Or, you know,
Imagination.
like you said, take a little break and take a little
Yeah.
vow of celibacy until you find a
And
person
it's
that
totally
can
fine
satisfy
to
you.
do that. It's
Yeah.
totally fine to do that. And it's also totally fine to like research and look up and listen to sex therapists and learn about
Right.
different sex things that you like. And like,
Right.
you know, it's totally fine to be like, oh, well, I've never heard of this. Like, why don't I try doing
Right.
this to myself? Like I'm pro masturbation. It's just like you can use your mind.
Right. You don't have to look at gaping holes.
Yeah, you don't like actually, because we've discussed like
Actually.
X before and how that's like a
Yeah.
lawless
Yeah.
wild wild west.
Yeah. Did you see a gaping hole? You saw a gaping hole scrolling?
And it scared me so bad. I was like, what
Was it a
is
gaping
that?
hole or was it being
was
held
like,
open?
It was like softball size. Just like I saw in her belly. I actually saw what she had for dinner.
But
Not enough.
Why are we liking that, guys? Like,
literally insane.
here's
There
the
were like
thing. If
thousands
we
of
have
reposts.
a softball
Thousands.
size hole, most things that are going to go in that are not going to be able to fill that.
Right.
So you're not going to get anything out of that. Now we're talking about smut and shock factor.
Yeah.
Which is where the problem lies. So let's not
Shock
repost.
factor porn is weird.
Let's not partake. Let's not view those types of things. That's somebody's daughter. And
it's honestly probably being forced to do, because who wants to do that?
Oh, I can tell you right now, no girl's like, I love this.
I love when you can stick your entire foot inside my asshole. No. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, a foot?
Again, prolapse, I'm pretty sure would not be fun for the rest of your life, where your insides are coming out of your body. Nobody's going to think that's cute. Nobody's going to like that. You're not even going to be able to do shit.
No, you can't.
I've heard of girls with prolapse so bad, they can't even fucking put a tampon in. So you, like, good luck. Good luck. Y'all think that's so fucking funny, or I don't even know how you would think that's hot, bro. You need to get some therapy quick if you be thinking that's hot.
It's not. It's not hot.
Like, quick.
Sorry. Every time you say prolapse, I'm like, oh.
It's a thing.
I'm sorry. Like, and I know
those gaping holes that you're looking at, the gaping hole, there's something that will eventually start to work its way out, which is the inside of your fucking body.
It's actually literally your uterine intestinal lining.
Literally your asshole, colon, insides, and uterine and cervix. And I'm telling you right now, it's not sexy. That's not sexy.
I wouldn't consider that sexy.
They need to not consider it sexy. They need to get help.
Yeah, please.
So
and
get help for your porn addiction.
Right. And that's, whatever. And if that's the thing you're into, I don't know, get a wife that likes it.
That's like I said. That's
the thing.
We're each other's personal porn star.
There's a person for everybody. Like, that's the thing. There's a person for everybody.
Yep. And if you want to do freaky shit in your own room, do it all day, night long.
Yeah. It's like, actually, like when you're like getting to know someone and starting to date someone, like you have these conversations where you're like, hey, what do you like? Hey, what do you like?
Right.
You're supposed to have those conversations.
Right.
You don't just date someone and then you've been having sex and then
what do you mean? People don't date. They just go fuck them that night.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're
do
like,
people date anymore? I mean, we did. We had to. We took a long time.
I tried so
took a long
hard,
time.
but it's like, I'm like,
which made it all that better. Like the first time it was like,
oh,
when you have to wait, it's like
chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
That's why I like celibacy, because I like waiting.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's actually
so on
insane.
that note,
yeah, guys, please just like, I'm literally
just
begging you.
Stop subscribing.
There
to
are
OnlyFans.
other ways to make money. There are better ways to make money. There are ways
Supply
to be
and
successful.
demand.
Like, you do not have to do this. It seems easy. It's not easy. Less than 0.01% are the only people, 300 people out of the 4.1 million subscribed are the only people that are actually making, like, I make more than 50K. By the way, my job that I stay clothed for, I make more than 50K.
I was making almost 90.
And 0.01% are making even
Definitely
equivalent to what I'm making.
Right.
So,
well, I was in California though. That's different. So, I mean, I'm talking my income guideline. So that's probably what I'd be like making here. Like the minimum wage is like $1. I mean, I wasn't making minimum wage, but I think the scale pay scale. So it's probably relative.
Yeah.
But on that note, we'll wrap it up. But again, also stop subscribing. Stop watching porn.
Yeah.
You got this.
Take a
break. You can do this. I'm telling you. If we can do it, you can do it.
No, deadass, because it was really hard for me. Like, I really used to struggle.
I don't know
with
why
this.
it wasn't. But I went through some shit.
Well, mine,
I went through some shit.
You did go through some shit.
And I didn't find it hard. I think because it was it was associated with trauma. I actually don't think I could.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
But Tyler did it and he had no like associated trauma with it. And he, he said after like a couple of weeks, he's like, I literally had better mental clarity.
Well, yeah.
And he's like, and I didn't know that I would, or that.
Yeah, you do. You have much better mental clarity.
I don't even think about it though. He's like, I don't even think about it anymore. It's not even a thought anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I like. That's what I was saying. Like, find other ways, because after some time, you'll be like, oh,
100%.
I don't even think about it anymore.
Well, mine also trauma related. And that's why it was hard for me to stop, because I became so
trauma bonded.
I literally, like, every single time there was like intimacy porn was on.
Right.
And so
then, yes.
it made my brain be like,
You
oh, I
associate
can't
with intimacy.
do this. Yes.
Yeah.
So I can't, like, it took me a really long time, and I've worked on it a lot. But like also because like I'm like by myself, like it's not really that hard, but like
that does
sometimes
have to
I'm
make
like,
it harder.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do this unless I do this because of that, you know? And so, but it is a struggle, and I don't like it. And I used to have such more like vivid imagination, and I could like create and think and like all of this stuff. Like, but now it's like, I actually have to like make an effort. Yeah. Which is, it's harder.
Which is proof right there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's bad for your mental
health. But what do we always say? Oh, it's totally bad for your mental health. What do we always say? Because this is going to be our new slogan.
Which thing?
Find God.
Yeah. No,
handle it.
No, literally. If you're missing something, it's probably the Lord.
Tyler was like, we need to make sure. Like, find God. It was find God, handle your shit. But we probably shouldn't put those two things in the same sentence.
Actually, so I think we should.
I think it should be find God, handle it.
Yeah. Handle it.
I mean,
I would put those things in the same. But I think God thinks I'm funny. Like,
right? Maybe we could just like asterisk.
Like, obviously I was created. Yeah.
Right.
Handle.
Don't eat shit like some of the creators are doing.
Ew.
Handle.
Sorry, I forgot that was a thing. I
don't eat shit on camera and or rub shit all over yourself and wear diapers and eat your shit. That's not the way to do it, guys. Find God, handle it. Don't eat it. Handle your shit. Don't eat it.
Heather, what the fuck slogan. Is wrong with you? Like,
bye.
I feel like that should be the end.
You need to say bye.
Bye.
She's like crying.